How's it going, everyone? Ben here with Wild Sprout Nursery and the Permaculture Nursery Podcast. In this video, I wanted to share some tips on growing Toona sinensis, or beef and onion tree, Chinese tune. And don't put that in your mouth. Well, I guess you can. Got my little buddy helping me out today, shooting videos. If you've grown successfully Toona sinensis, got some seedlings going, you've probably noticed that it likes to grow long, straight shoots way up in the air. Last year, and hopefully I can find the video or the photos of what this looked like very, very early this spring, but it was at least 15 feet tall, and that was not a sustainable growth pattern for this tree. It didn't allow for very good leaf production. Sorry, hold on a second, guys. Just gotta make sure you're putting that in your mouth. So with one long straight shoot, very limited on the amount of leaf production that occurs. And so what I did is I experimented with some pollarding this year with the Toona sinensis. And if you're not familiar with pollarding, it's basically cutting down the tree to about waist, or to a certain height, not above. So if you're not familiar with pollarding, it's basically cutting a tree to, or a shrub to, about waist height or higher. And what that does is the tree's response then is to grow a bunch of long straight shoots. That's exactly what happened here. What was a big, tall, single-stemmed tree is now a big, tall, multi-stemmed tree, which in this next season, I'm really stoked because I'm going to have a lot of leaves that I can eat. And that's going to be awesome. And so I'll show you what I did here. So the trick, I think, because I was scared to do this because I didn't know if the tree was going to respond, if I was going to kill it, because I only have 2 of these trees here on the property. But the trick was really to, in the early spring, I identified where there was little tiny buds just barely poking out of the bark. And I cut just above those where I wanted the branches to start growing again. And I feel like that was really the key factor there. Make sure I could actually see visible buds, not just hoping that there were dormant buds underneath the bark that were going to respond to the pollarding. That made a big difference. So that's it. Hopefully that was helpful. There's not a lot of information on growing Toona sinensis, at least in English, that I could find at least. And so hopefully this was informative. If you have questions, let me know. I'm not an expert, but yeah, you can see this worked.